Jai Hind everyone, welcome again to the Patriotic IAS. Let's start our IAS PCSwala daily current affairs. Under that, we will take 10 topics that are enumerated here. Beside that, one more experiment we will do. Today we will do our editorial. There are 4 news that will be on the MS Word. Other news analysis will be on the same PDF. So just for experiment that whether it is giving a good result or not, good outcome or not. So we will just analyze. So the first news that we will cover is the big recipient unable to reveal the bond donor data. So most of the parties, those who have received the largest number of the donations from the electoral bond, they are not ready to give the data. So this will be for the mains specific. Then we will study, there is the sum of the tribe. They in the naming process of the children, they use the numeric term as per the in the series of the number of the children they born. If it is the eldest child, its name will be like the whatever the convey into their language, the first one, second for the other name. So as per the number, they are the named. So it will be for the prelims. You should know where they belong. They belong from the Arunachal Pradesh. Then we will study about the Sangeet Kalanidhi award has been given. So those awards we will try to know for the prelims perspective as well as it will be important for the state PCS. After that we will study about the ice cube. This study and observe the neutrinos again for the prelims. Then we will study the many elections AI dark dimension. So we will analyze in this news analysis that what could be the repercussion or the impact of the AI on the electoral process that is about to be held in 2024. So it will be for the mains perspective GS paper 3. Then we will study election commission must ensure the free and fair election, free and fair democratic process. So it is talking about the role of election commission into the election of 2024. Again, the next news is about the how the electoral bond revelation has been brought the data and connection of different group, different companies and different political parties. So this will be not that much. This will be we will study in interconnected manner. After that we will study Myanmar conflict is a regional problem. Okay, so this is here we will study that the whatever going in the Myanmar, this is not confined to the Myanmar. This is going outside the Myanmar, and this is that's why it will come under the GS paper 2 international relation IR. So it will be mains specific. Then we will study the problem of equity in IPCC report. This is not that much important, so we will not go into the detail, just you should know. And next we will study how were the new election commission selected. So just we will study that some of the area that we have not covered. One of the point, otherwise most of the area we have covered. It will be for the mains perspective. Then we will in the last we will study this HbA1c test, that is for the diabetes. So it will be for the prelims. So this will be all about for the today's sessions and today's topics. Let's take the first topic from the front page. So it is talking about the big recipients unable to reveal bond data, electoral bond data. Bond donors data has not been given by the largest number of the money that has been received from this electoral bond, and who are these political parties. These are the political parties like the BJP, Congress and Trinamool Congress. Okay, they have the different excuse for this. We will study that. Okay, as per the Supreme Court order, these parties were needed to submit the data to the Election Commission of India so that further declaration could be there. Okay, so EC has published the data, and it is only for the few of the political parties, those who have given the data like the DMK. Mostly they are from the southern India, All India Anna Dravid Munnetra Kazhagam, that is the AIDMK, and Janata Dal Secular. So all are from the southern countries or southern state. Okay. So here what is the excuse for the different political parties here. Congress has said that we have asked the data from the SBI. SBI itself has not given the data. What the BJP is saying? BJP is saying that as per the rule, there was no need. The nature of this electoral bond scheme was the anonymous, so we didn't have the data itself. We didn't collected the data. Means a lot of people come up with the bond of the hundred of the crores, and they just take, and they didn't ask, they didn't know anything about those companies, those people who donated in the crores and the crores. Okay, what is the condition for the regional parties? Okay, say they are talking that they didn't reveal their bond donors because SBI has not given the exact information. Beside that, Aam Aadmi Party, this NCP, Janata Dal United, they have only revealed the name. Okay. And only for those who have between the 1 years, not from the 2019 to 23, but between those who have submitted the bond between 2018 and 19, just that. So you can see that what is the condition of the political parties here and what are the transparency level into the electoral process. So you can use all this into your mains answer whenever you are writing about the elections and the election process, what are the lacuna. So whenever you are going to bring the transparency aspect, you can discuss all these things. Then we will study the next thing is the very interesting. This is the community like the Lisu and Singapore community of Arunachal Pradesh and Assam. There is the culture that the name of the family member here, the name according to the order they are born in the family. If it is the first member, its name will be like the one into their own language. Okay, you should know that this Namdapha, this is the easternmost tiger reserve of India. This is bordering with Myanmar. So please remember this. Just see the location into the map. This is the Arunachal Pradesh, this is the Myanmar border. So this Namdapha National Park, this is the bordering with the Myanmar. So this is very important, you should remember this. And what is the name of this community? Lisu or the Yobin community. Okay, so they are into the Arunachal Pradesh. So here it is given that how their naming is done. Okay. Beside that, there is given that there is other communities such as the Singapore. They have also such type of the tradition that they name as per the numbering. Okay, so you should remember all this thing, and they belong from the Arunachal Pradesh and Tinsukia district of the Assam. So this Singapore that they belong. Okay, Lisu name may also reflect the name of their clan as well, and Lisu belong to the Tibeto-Burman family. Okay, so here it is the clan, and the name also reflect the clan as well. Here, this is very interesting news from the USA. The presidential candidate, former president of the USA, Donald Trump, has said that there will be the industrial bloodbath. Okay, so if he will be not elected, there will be the industrial bloodbath. The opposition of like the Democrats, they are talking about the Trump is talking about the doubling down of his threat to the political violence. So this is the situation in the USA. Call itself as the oldest democracy of the world. Next important news is with respect to this Sangeet Kala Nidhi Award. This is given to the T.N. Krishna. He was also awarded with the Raman Magsaysay Award in 2016. So please remember that. He is a very prominent person. He is the person who advocating for there should be the harmony between the Dalit caste and the upper caste, and he is advocating for the Dalit emergence, Dalit pride, all this he do. So he is very actively engaged in all these things. So please remember, he got the Raman Magsaysay Award. It was given into the 2016. Please remember that. And he is known for his innovative approach for the Carnatic music. So this is also important. You should remember. Other thing you should remember is the Nritya Kalanidhi Award that is given to the Nina Prasad. So this Kalanidhi Award, this is belong from the Carnatic musician, Carnatic art style. Here it is given by the Madras Music Academy. Here it is given. Okay. So this is given to the title awarded yearly to the Carnatic musician. So please remember all these things. They are very important. So this Nina Prasad, she is also well versed into the Lasya and Tandava in the southern Indian classic dance. So you know that this Lasya and Tandava, Lasya is the a delicate way of the representation of the delicate way, and it is the Tandava, this is the angry a manifestation of the angry posture and angry mood of the human. Okay, so this is all about, you should know all, also you should know that this Sangeet Kalanidhi Acharya Award, this has given to the Mridangam player Parsala Ravi. So please remember all these things because they are important for the prelims perspective. This is very interesting news. This is not relevant for the UPSC, but the ISS is saying that the only time will tell how the poll bond scheme fared. So still RSS is defending this poll bond scheme, the electoral bond. Next important news that is very interesting, that scientists built a camera to show how animals see moving things. Means the capacity of animals are much better. They have the much more capacity that what we can see. So actually a different thing have the different perspective for the different animals it is seen. So like there is the different model of cameras in the mobile now. Same thing is with the human and other animals. There are the better camera into the some of the animals like the bees. Okay, so you should know that these animals, here it is given that they can see into the range of ultraviolet as well as infrared range. So you should know that what is the ultraviolet and what is the range of the infrared. Here it is given, this is into the nanometer. So ultraviolet, it is between the 10 nanometer to 280 nanometer. This is and between this ultraviolet and infrared, this is the visible range, that is the capacity of the us, we human can see the thing in this range. Okay, and this infrared, this is between the 750 to 1 millimeter. 1 millimeter is like we can, this is in the lowest scale in the our normal measurement this scale system. Okay, so here what is the thing that make these animals to have the different type of the camera lenses into the eyes? This is known as the photoreceptors. So this makes the different animals capacity differ as per their visible capacity. So please remember that we human, our eyes capacity is to see only the visible range. So this is between 380 to 700 nanometer. Okay, this is the nanometer, but honey bees and other animal, they can see ultraviolet light as well. So this is very interesting, you should remember. This is a type of this use of color is intimidate their predators, entice, mate and conceal themselves. This is the strategy. So in the prelims they can ask that what are the use, how they are using, and you should also should know that what is the umwelt. What is this? Many even notice polarized light as per their omelette. What is this? This is the biological system that makes a specific system of meaning and making communication possible. So this is the way that they communicate to each other. Next important news that we are going to take is with respect to the ice cube. This is the largest observatory for the neutrinos here, ice cube. The big and chill neutrino spotter. Here it is given. So what is mainly this neutrino or the subatomic particle? Okay, so you should know that normal whatever we see, this is all these things are made up of the atoms, and atoms are made up of the neutron, protons and the nucleus. Like the the smallest part of the any of the substance is the atom, and atoms are arranged into like this is the nucleus, and around this there are the electron in the space. They are the fundamental particle. This is the nucleus. A nucleus is made up of the proton plus neutron. Okay, this is not neutrino, this is the neutron. And this fundamental particle, they are also made up of the elementary particle that are known as the quark or the neutrino. So there are the three type of the neutrino. Why we are searching for the neutrino? Neutrino can gives the very a long history of the formation of the universe, because they don't interact with anything, and that's why they show the exact representation of the universe when it was formed. So that's why their interaction is very low. Okay, and that's why they are known as the ghost particle. You know the ghost. Generally, we just listen about the ghost, but we never interact with the ghost. It is very rarely. The same is the neutrino. Neutrino is like the ghost. It's rarely interact, and if interact, it's give the some of the information. The ghost, I think, also give some of the information. And this ice cube, this is made up of the, this is a collaboration of the many of the universities, and this university of the Wisconsin that is in the USA. This is the heading this. Okay, this ice cube is under 1.4 kilometers beneath. Okay, and there are a lot of detectors and the sensors that are detecting the neutrino. Okay. So here it is given that a neutrino detector will have to wait for the centuries for a single neutrino to interact. Hundreds of years. Like the ghost, many of the people for all their life they have not seen, and I think most of the people have not seen in their life, just they have listened. The same is the neutrino. It takes centuries to interact. That is the case. Okay. Ice cube is the world's biggest neutrino telescope. Please remember this. This is very important for the prelims perspective. This ice cube, they can ask where it is situated. It is situated on the southern pole. First thing is this. The second thing is that this is the biggest neutrino telescope. And the third thing is that its interaction is the very rare, that you should know. There are the three types of the neutrino. Just let me show you. This is the electron neutrino, muon neutrino, and tau neutrino. These are the elementary particles like the quartz, lepton. Okay, so please, you should know all these basic things. Next important news that we are going to take is the use and misuse of this AI, and this is very important because of it can be used and it can be asked under the GS paper 3 science and technology. So AI is into the core, AI that is into the public domain, and there has been the impact on the life of the person. For example, the way Chat GPT, the way Gemini, these all AI tools are going to be used in the creation of the content and image and videos. Okay, so they are going to impact, they are going to influence the election process and electoral behavior as well. So this article is all about that, how we are going to face and how we are going to get the challenge from this general artificial intelligence, as well as there is the chances that this generative artificial intelligence that is going to transform into the artificial general intelligence. Okay, here it is given both the thing. The generative artificial intelligence that is will be transforming into the artificial general intelligence. So what is this? Generative artificial intelligence, what is this? This is like the those tools like the Chat GPT or the other such tools that are able to create the text content like the image, video. But what is this artificial general intelligence, AGI? This is like the totally replacing the all the capacity of the human. For example, here a robot is standing as the person and explaining all these things. This will be like the artificial general intelligence. So please be very much careful about the differences between all these two. Here it is given the difference, the generative artificial intelligence and as well as the artificial general intelligence. They have here explained. So these are all the things. Next, it has given that already there is about 250 nations that are going to face the election, and already we discussed that India, Mexico, United Kingdom, and United States of America, all they are going to face the elections. And the way this Chat GPT, Gemini, Copilot, all they have been used, there could be the new model that could influence the electoral behavior and the verdict as well. For example, there could be a video that can be created with the help of this artificial intelligence about a leader that is not truth, but that is going to influence the behavior. It shows that particular leader in a very negative manner. So there could be the impact on the verdict as well. That is here being discussed. Besides that, it has been found that recently this Pew survey that has published a survey, under that it has found that the majority of Indians have the behavior of the supporting the authoritarian behavior. It means that whenever there is the leader who is going to curb the fundamental rights or the any rights of the citizens, the people are not going to oppose, they are going to support, they are going to accept that this is good for society. But in the reality, they are only pushing any society or any country into the back direction. Besides that, this deep fake elections created by the AI software. This is this is the prediction that how the AI is going to create the deep fake. Deep fake, what for example, that could be the misinformation. Just take an example. If I will create a video, and that video is showing that there is a event where a cat has crossed the road, and a person is going to cross that particular, continuing to the road and crossing that particular cut by that cat. What will happen? It's showing the video that the person faced with an accident and he is dying in that process. So it will strengthen the superstition if such video is created. So same type of the video can be created with anything, and this is very difficult to differentiate between the real video and this AI generated video. So this is the main concern. Beside that, here it is talking about the tracking AI determinism. What is the determinism? It is the process by that there could be this potential significant influence or even determining the outcomes. Outcomes in the various aspects like the human life, the decision making, political thought, social and economic sphere. So determinism is talking about that this AI technology have the potential to significantly influence and even the determine. They are going to determine, that's why it is the AI determinism. And what they are going to determine? The human life, including the political, social and economic sphere. And if you talk about the election and governance, it is influencing the behavior of electorates and the policy outcome. So here it has mentioned, so you should be clear about this. So this is talking about the enhanced falsehood and enlarge the mistaken belief. So yes, there could be the mistaken belief. There is not truth. For example, I give you example of the cat crossing the road, and it is believed that this is not good. This is a bad omen. Okay, so such type of the thing is there. Beside that, there is the concept you should know, like the poisoning, backdooring, evasion. These are also being used into the AI tool. What is this poisoning? Poisoning is like whoever the training data that has been provided to AI. Everything is trained. For example, if I am going to work somewhere, I will be trained before the involvement into the work. Even the IS officer, they have the training of the 2 years. And think that during these 2 years, the person who is giving the training, he has some thought process, some of the opinion. He can give this same to those who are being trained. If they don't have that much resistance power, if they are going to accept this in a very easy manner. Even if they are not going to accept, but there will be the sum of the impact. The same thing is happening with the AI. AI is being trained by some of the specific giant of the world. And for example, this OpenAI, this is the giant that is giving training of the chat GPT. So they have some bias, they are putting some biases into the AI itself, and AI is responding as per that biasness. This is known as the poisoning. Poisoning means at the very beginning, when the training is given to the AI, at that particular level, there is the biasness, there is the misinformation, there is the sum of the manipulation being done at the very stage of the training. Then what is this backdooring? Backdooring means able to access even without knowing those who are owning. For example, if you have laptop, I have laptop. Inside, if the company who has manufactured that laptop or this board who has this, the person, the owner of this company has put some device inside that, and that is able to access the microphone and the camera or the data of all this smart board. So what will happen? He is able to access all these things. I don't know. This is the backdooring. Backdooring means by unknowingly you are accessing my device and using the data and controlling from the very far away and from the back side. Okay. What is the evasion? Evasion is the manipulation of the sum of the weakness of the AI may be not knowing about the sum of the terms and he is knowing the other terms. So the unknown terms being used to bypass whatever the restriction is put onto the sum of the area. For example, if there is the AI that has been trained in the restriction of the spam, but there is the phishing that has not been put into that AI. So we can use the phishing for the misuse and yes, bypassing the whatever the restriction that has been given. So here I have given the all this the definition of poisoning, backdooring and evasion. So please be careful. In the last, it is given into the context of the how the India can handle. So India is already has capacity into the area of the this AI and the digital arena. India has a good command on the digital arena, and that's why it can treat this AI as the very initial stage, whatever the benefits India is going to get and whatever the harm that we can probably face with this. So we need to be very careful about the both perspective, both aspect. That is the concluding remark. Next important news that we are going to take is with this editorial that is talking about the on the ballot. The election commission must ensure a free and fair democratic process. So here it is talking that what should be the role of the election commission of India, and here it is given that yes, recently we saw that there has been the misuse of the state machinery, state power. Here before that, it has given that the how the ruling party, the BJP, can make the point on the one nation, one election, and it can go for the simultaneous election and project that what are the benefit of that. And it has also given that how this there has been the uneven playing field for the different parties. Those party who is in the power, that party is misusing the state power to influence the other parties and breaking the alliance in the opposition. Besides that, they are also influencing the actor in the political arena. Okay. So here it is given that the recent example, it is given that how there was the frozen account, the opposition, principal opposition party. We saw that the bank account of the Congress was frozen and it was on the ground that was very much weak and very much it was manipulated ground. Even whatever the allegation that was put there, even if that has been the proven, the restriction that was imposed on the opposition party was not that much means so the justice. Besides that, we have seen that how this electoral bond scheme has benefited the one party in a very disproportionate manner. Here it is given that this is it paints a deeply disturbing pattern of sinking fairness into the electoral process. The way there has been the continuous order from the Supreme Court, and after that there was the disclosure. Even the disclosure is not complete till now. So all this has been mentioned here. In the last, it has been given that the recently Election Commission of India said that they are respecting the privacy of the those who have donor, as there was the order from the Supreme Court that please disclose that who has paid to whom, and the Election Commission of India is not ready to disclose that. So here in the last paragraph, it has mentioned that there is need to balance between a right to information of the electorates, whoever is going to do the vote or going to cast their vote. They need to be informed properly so that they can cast their vote in an informed manner. So the election commission pointed that they are going to respect this privacy of the donors here it is given, and the voters' right of information that should be properly balanced. So this is all about, you should know. Next important news that we are going to take is with respect to this electoral bond, and here it is talking that how the court cases, those who challenge talk about that there could be the situation of the quid pro quo deals. And yes, it became the truth when it comes out. When the data comes out, yes, there was the quid pro quo deal, and we saw that there were the companies who are just formed for the payment, just for the political funding, to buy the electoral bond and pay the political parties. And we have seen that there has been the relation between the misuse of this agency such as the ED and CBI, that they were the arm twisting the companies. And yes, they were forced. We saw that there was the cases, there were the investigation cases, and immediately after that, those company going for the purchasing of the electoral bond, and they have submitted. We don't know because whom they have submitted, but you can understand because why the data is not coming out. So it is very clear that who has been benefited. Besides that, already it is clear that that party that is in the power got the highest number of the payment from the electoral bond. It was the 6,000 crore, and it is near about the half of the total contribution by the electoral bond. So this here it is given. So this is all about, here it is given the arm twisting of the people into making the political contribution. These agencies such as the ED and other such agency from the central government being used against these companies. So this is all about from the here. Next important news that we are going to take is that the Myanmar's conflict is a regional problem. So here it is given that this is not the only problem of the Myanmar, that instability is there, or that there is the junta rule, or that there is the military rule, or the coup into the Myanmar is the problem of the Myanmar, because this is the problem of the whole of the region. It is impacting India, China, Bangladesh, all those neighboring nations. Okay. So this article starts with the situation. There is a one case study where the soldiers, they are going to ransack the independent media group. This is showing that the how this after the coup in the Myanmar, the independent media was treated because it was bringing the truth. Okay. So here it is given that what is the ground situation. There is lot of displacement that has been given here. So see here, it is given that the displacement situation here about the 1.5 million of the refugee. Here it is given that that has created 1.5 million of the refugee seekers, and near about the 25 million people, they are in the poverty and hunger. That is the situation. Okay. Then it is talking that what is the situation in the neighboring countries. Okay, mostly they are going and fleeing to the neighboring countries such as the Thailand, India, China, Bangladesh. Okay, and yes, all these trade and economic corridors, whatever the plan was there, that is not going as per they were envisioned or they were planned. Okay. Here, it has given that what was the Asians' role. Okay. Asian struggle for the stability. Here it is given that Asian leaders, they said that yes, there was a lot of meeting near about, they have mentioned that 260 meeting they have done with the junta leaders, many of the major generals, top generals, but the thing is that is still near about 80 to 90% of the towns that are facing the instability. Here it is given that the 316 of the Myanmar out of 330, it is near 90% of the township they have reported active fighting. 40% of the township throughout the country now assessed to be out of control of the junta. This is the situation into the Myanmar. So the Asian that is talking about yes, there has been the lot of meeting and we are about to achieve this peace, but this is not truth on the ground. There has been the Operation 1027. This is against the junta, and it was by the combined ethnic force into the Myanmar. Here it is given. Okay. So what is the solution? Here it is given that the role of the independent media that has been very vital. They are giving the exact truth that is going on in the Myanmar. But why? Because the state control press, that is the press council of Myanmar press council, that is under the control of the military and junta. So they are speaking the same thing that is favorable to the junta and the military. So we cannot believe. So it is the independent press that has a major role, and here in the last it has given that the true democratic post-junta Myanmar, that is the only solution. It is not that you are going to talk with the junta and military and you are going to make the compromise. No, it is a truly democratic, and that will be the post-junta Myanmar. And this will be beneficial on the level of the strategic security and economic interest of all the countries into the region, even the whole Asian countries. Okay, so this is all about. You should know the basics about the Myanmar. You should know this is the Myanmar, this is the India, and what are the boundary state. Chin is here. I think here it is Mizoram, then it is the Manipur, though, so it is the Sagaing, and here the Kachin, that is making border with the Arunachal Pradesh, and yes, here the Sagaing, that is making the border with the here Manipur and Nagaland. So these are the state. Here the Rakhine state, that is making the border with the Bangladesh, please remember. And here it is Laos, Thailand and China. China is here. But the Vietnam is not making the border with Myanmar. Please remember that Philippines is not making the border with the Myanmar. And Cambodia is also not making the border with the Myanmar. So you need to remember all these facts. Next thing you should know is that India-Myanmar Thailand trilateral highway. This is considered that it will start from the India and from the Indian city, that is the Moh, that is into the conflicting zone of the Manipur. And More, here it is given the More to the my short of the Thailand. Okay, so the Myanmar is the middle ground, vital path for this India-Myanmar Thailand trilateral highway, and it is conceived under the India Look Act policy, India's Act East policy. That is the ground under that this was planned, and it is about 1360 kilometer long. And another route that will be part of this is the Imphal, Mandalay and Bangkok. Okay, so please remember. Further, there is the plan, India plan, that this could expand it to the Cambodia, Laos and Vietnam, and this will be known as the East-West Economic Corridor. So this will create lot of opportunity in area of the trade. There will be the enhancement of the $70 billion of the GDP and 20 million of the job that can be created. 20 million, can you imagine? This is the 2 crores. That is the impact. What is the India that is doing in the? India has offered $1 billion as the line of credit for this India Asian Connectivity Project. So what is the line of credit? Means we will give it as the loan, but its interest will be very low, and there will be the account under that. This $1 billion will be there, and wherever there will be used, that could be used. Bangladesh has also expressed its interest to join this India, Myanmar and Thailand trilateral highway. So this is very important. Here you should remember this India, Myanmar, Thailand trilateral. Okay, so the route here it is given, More is here into the Manipur, and here it will be My Short. This is into the Thailand. Okay, Myanmar is the hinge point, and beside that Bangladesh has also asked that it want to join. So here it is the Bangladesh that has expressed its interest that it want to join. Beside that, we have the BBIN Motor Vehicle Agreement. What is this? This is the Bhutan, Bangladesh, India, Nepal. This is for the this is to reduce the border control and the custom inspection for the freight transport between the India, Bangladesh, and the Bhutan and Nepal. Okay, so you should remember all this thing. Next basic thing you should remember is this Bangladesh, China, India, Myanmar Economic corridor. This is known as the BCIM. This is the route India, Myanmar. This will start from the Bangladesh and go to the India. India will be both sides of the Bangladesh. Then it will enter into the Myanmar. Then it will enter into the China, and after that it will be entering into the Thailand. This is the plan. The thing is that this was proposed even before the road and belt initiative, but due to the Chinese intervention, China wanted it to be under the road and belt initiative. Belt and road initiative, here it is given, and India didn't support this view. And when China didn't included this under the 35 corridor project that was under the Belt and Road Initiative. So there is no progress till now. That major progress is not seen till now. So we will see that what further development is there. Then we will have the clarity on this. Let's take some of the questions that are relevant for the topic that we have taken. Take the first question. Which of the following is our key concern associated with the misuse of artificial intelligence? The first, the spread of disinformation through the AI generation text, creation of deepfake using the realistic synthetic media, the decline in the ability to distinguish between the human generated and AI generated content. Okay. Select the answer using the code given below. 1 and 2 only, 2 and 3 only, 1 and 3 only, 1, 2 and 3. Please answer. Next question. Consider the following statement about the adversarial AI attacks. 1. Poisoning attack aim to corrupt the data used to train the AI model. Backdooring attack bypass security measures within the AI algorithm. And third, invasion attacks involve tricking AI systems into misclassifying data. So please, how many of the above statement is are correct? Only 1, only 2, all the 3 none. Please answer. Next question. Consider following provinces in Myanmar. Here it is Myanmar, M-Y-A. Okay, so it is the Myanmar. Shan province, Kachin province, Rakhine province, Chin, Sagaing. Okay, it is the Sagaing. So, how many of the above provinces make border with India? Only 2, only 3, only 4, all the 5. Please answer. We have seen the map. You can easily answer which provinces were touching India's border. Next question, consider following countries: Laos, Cambodia, Vietnam, Thailand and Bangladesh. How many of the above countries share border with the Myanmar? Only 2, only 3, only 4, all the 5. So please answer again the map we saw. You can answer both of the question on the basis of that. Consider following initiative. A will be not there. This will be initiative. This is initiative. Okay. India, Myanmar, Thailand trilateral highway. This is talking about the India, Myanmar, Thailand trilateral highway. BBIN motor vehicle agreement, India's line of credit to the Asian connectivity project. How many of the above initiatives are linked to the enhancing connectivity and streamlining the trade between India and Eastern neighbors? Only 1, only 2, all the 3, none. Please answer. What will be the answer of this question? So this is all about. This is the news with respect to the problem of equity in IPCC report. This is talking about the most of the mitigation effort and adaptation effort is being done by the developing countries, and very less it is being done by the developed countries. So this is the core analysis of this reports, you should just know. Otherwise, you should also know this IPCC is the part of the UN, and it is a intergovernmental panel. It is the UN Intergovernmental Panel on the Climate Change. So this is the basic thing you should know. The second news that is important for us is with respect to the recent rule that is framed for the election of the Election Commission of the India, Chief Election Commissioner and the other election commissioners. So you should know the basics about that. This process of commission is given in the 324, but here it is not given that who the process by which the selection process will be there. So this act brought this process, and this process brought that there will be the short listing of the candidate, and short listing will be done by a committee that will be headed by the Union Minister of Law, and after that it will go for the select committee. Okay, first it will be the short-listed panel that will shortlist lot of them, and 5, 6, 10 name will go to the selection committee. Selection committee will include the Prime Minister as the chairman, then it will be leader of opposition in the Lok Sabha, and the third controversial thing, that is the main controversy is associated with that, it is now the Union Cabinet Minister, but it was as per the case under the Anup Barnawal versus Union of India case. Supreme Court said that there should be the Chief Justice of India. So this is the main controversial point. So you should know this shortlisting panel, and then you should know this final appointment is being done by the President as per the Article 324. So this is very important. Next important thing that you should know with respect to the prelims and science and technology section, this is the HbA1c test. This is for the diabetes, and it is given for the both type of the diabetes, type 1 and type 2. Okay. So here you should know that the condition of diabetes in India, near about the 10 crores people are with the diabetes, and 13.6 crore people, I think 1/5 of the people in India, they are with the diabetes. Okay, so pre-diabetic level. Over the 35% of the Indians suffer from the hypertension, and nearly 40% abdominal obesity. So this is the thing that you should remember. So what is the test? The test for this that has been given is the HbA1c. So this is the hemoglobin A1c, and this is also known as the glycated hemoglobin or glycosylated hemoglobin test. So please remember just this thing. In the prelims they can ask that this HbA1c is a test for the different thing they will give. Here it is given that those who are more than 30 years old, they should go for this test and screening, and they have the some of the symptom, like if there is the increased waist circumference, if they have the history of the being treated for the hypertension, history of the heart disease, history of the polycystic ovarian syndrome, they should go for the screening process of this diabetes. Okay. What is the limitation? The limitation is that despite if you will go with this test, there is also need for the final confirmation. You have to go for the blood sugar test, that is the traditional test, and many a time this blood sugar level that increase in the morning, evening and afternoon due to as per your diet. So this is also done for the multiple time of the testing, and then average is taken. So this is all about for the today's news. Here we have covered most of the relevant news for from the today's news. Here we will conclude our session. Thank you for joining the session. All the best. Jai Hind.